All right, my fiery Aries warriors, gather round and listen closely. Have you been feeling a shift in the air, a deep rumble in your soul, telling you that something monumental is about to break through? Because what I am about to share with you is not just another astrological forecast. No, this is a sacred transmission, a cosmic roar that has been building for years, and it is finally being unleashed just for you. You are here right now because your spirit heard this call. Your presence is a divine appointment. The universe itself, my friends, is rewriting your destiny. And the years of frustration, the battles fought in silence, and the prayers that felt like they were hitting a brass ceiling, they were never, ever a punishment. They were your training ground. They were the divine forge, and right now, a karmic gate is swinging wide open, and everything you felt was taken from you, every ounce of lost momentum, is about to come rushing back, multiplied in cosmic power and divine grace. Take a deep, slow breath with me. Inhale that fire. Exhale the doubt. Let this truth wash over you, because today's message isn't about looking back with bitterness. Oh no. It is about a glorious, divine restoration. Are you ready? Let's begin. How many nights, my powerful Aries, have you stared into the darkness, not with tears, but with a burning fire in your heart, demanding, "Universe, where are you? Don't you see me fighting down here?" How many times have you launched yourself with every fiber of your being toward a dream, only to feel like you hit an invisible wall? You prayed for a green light, for a breakthrough, for just one sign that your incredible efforts were being seen. But all you got was a cosmic pause, a frustrating stillness. It felt like the universe had put you on hold, leaving you to pace in the fires of your own ambition. But here is the magnificent secret, the truth I need you to feel in your bones. That cosmic silence was never absence. It was attention. It was the sacred hush of the divine blacksmith, holding your soul over the flames, not to burn you, but to temper you. In that quiet, you weren't being ignored, you were being forged. While you were battling what felt like endless delays and frustrating obstacles, heaven was not watching idly. It was meticulously rewriting the script of your destiny, strengthening the blade of your will, and sharpening the point of your purpose. Every no you heard was a divine redirection. Every delay that made you want to scream was actually protecting you from a path that was too small for your true calling. Every single moment of frustration was a cosmic lesson in patience, teaching your warrior's heart that true power isn't just about the charge, it's about the timing. You, my magnificent Aries, were never abandoned. You were being made unbreakable. There is a law of the universe as ancient as the first spark of creation. What is earned through fire will be returned in glory. But before that glory can be bestowed, the soul must learn to trust the heat. It must learn to see the process, not just the prize. That's why the universe seemed to go quiet on you. It wasn't to punish your beautiful impatience. It was to train your inner warrior to hear the subtle strategy of the cosmos, to recognize the divine plan even in the absence of forward motion. Remember who you are, Aries. You are the first sign, the divine spark, the sacred pioneer of the zodiac's circle. You were born to initiate, to lead, to charge into the unknown with a courage that inspires the rest of us. You are a force of nature, and because of that incredible power, your lessons are not gentle whispers. They are the resounding clang of the celestial hammer on the anvil of your soul. The past few years might have felt like you were pushing against a mountain, your energy being contained, your fire feeling dampened. But that containment was not a cage, it was a crucible. Like a star collapsing in on itself before a supernova, your power was being concentrated, building in silence for an expansion you can barely even imagine. God doesn't rush a masterpiece, and you, Aries, are a divine masterpiece of will and fire. Sometimes, when a truly grand destiny is being constructed, the scaffolding is hidden in what looks like chaos. Doors slam shut so that the universe can build a grander gateway without your beautiful, impulsive energy rushing through the wrong one. You lose what you thought you needed, so you can be reminded of the one thing that can never be taken: your indomitable spirit, your warrior's heart, your inner flame. This is why the cosmos demanded a pause. It wanted you to stop fighting the world and start feeling your own power again. And maybe you felt betrayed by timing, by opportunities, by people who couldn't match your speed. But not a single spark of your energy was ever wasted. Every ounce of effort you put forth was recorded in the grand ledger of the stars. The universe never, ever overlooks the heart that keeps fighting, even when the path is dark. That kind of courage isn't lost, it is amplified. And maybe right now, you are standing on the edge of that new beginning, still feeling the heat of that forge, wondering if your fight has been in vain. But remember this: the cosmic pause is not rejection, it's realignment. The universe wasn't ignoring your power, it was upgrading it, preparing you for a destiny so bright it required a whole new level of strength. Look at the planets, Aries. They are a mirror to your magnificent transformation. Saturn has been testing your foundations, teaching you structure through resistance. Pluto has been transforming your raw power into profound, unshakable strength. And Jupiter, the planet of glorious expansion, is preparing to pour cosmic rocket fuel onto your spark. These are not just random celestial movements. They are the divine fingerprints on the hilt of the sword you have now become. You were never meant to be broken. You were meant to be unleashed. And sometimes, the moments before the great unleashing feel like you are being held back the tightest. Breathe, my brave Aries. You are not forgotten. You are being aimed. And when your arrow is finally released, you will thank the silence, because it taught you the true meaning of power. Now, before we go any further, I want you to do something for me. If this message is already igniting something within your soul, if you can feel the truth of these words, I want you to hit that like button right now. Let the universe know you are receiving this. And in the comments below, I want you to declare it. Type, "I am the forge, not the fire." Let's create a wave of warrior energy right here, right now. And if you haven't already, my friend, make sure you are subscribed to Astrology Unlocked, because our journey together is just getting started, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Okay, let's talk about karma. Breathe slowly, Aries. Feel that powerful rhythmic beat in your chest. That is not just a heartbeat. It is the drumbeat of the cosmos, marching in rhythm with you. Every single experience, every person, every challenge carries a piece of karma, not as a cosmic speeding ticket for your past actions, but as a divine curriculum designed specifically for a warrior's soul. The universe doesn't seek to punish you, it only seeks to perfect your aim. For you, Aries, karma is not a gentle mirror. It is a divine sparring partner. It shows up to test your strength, to refine your impulses, and to teach you where your incredible power can be focused for creation and where it can be scattered in frustration. What you have often called bad luck or obstacles were never your enemies. They were sacred messengers, bringing you the lessons that easy victories never could. As the first sign, the trailblazer of the zodiac, you were born with the heart of a champion. You lead with your horns, you charge with passion, and your fire is meant to light up the world. Your instinct is to act, to move, to conquer. And because of this raw, magnificent power, life often sends you teachers disguised as brick walls, situations that force you to pause, to strategize, to learn that true strength isn't just about force, but about focus. Through every frustrating delay, the divine is whispering, you are learning where your power ends and where divine timing begins. When karma enters your life, it doesn't tiptoe in. It often arrives with a jolt, a sudden stop, a repeated pattern that makes you want to roar. Sound familiar? That same type of person who challenges your authority, that same project that stalls right before the finish line. Each time, the universe is asking the same question in a different uniform. Have you learned to channel this incredible fire yet, or are you still letting it burn you? You might call it a frustrating coincidence, but the cosmos calls it your advanced training. Look to your ruler Mars, the planet of action and desire. Your energy is meant to be direct, powerful, and immediate. But when that energy is untamed, it leads to burnout, to conflict, to exhaustion. For years, Saturn, the great teacher, may have felt like it was opposing your Mars energy, creating delays and demanding structure. Every closed door was Saturn's way of saying, breathe, warrior. A true leader knows when to charge, but also when to hold the line. Karma for you is not cruelty. It is the ultimate coach. It's the universe reflecting your own immense energy back to you so you can finally see how to wield it with masterful precision. The Buddha taught a universal law: what you think, you become. For an Aries, this is amplified. What you act upon, you create. Karma is simply the echo of your actions, returning to guide you. So when life throws you a challenge, it's not the universe pushing you down, it's the universe inviting you to rise up with a new level of wisdom. It's guiding you back into alignment with a power that is both passionate and patient. Do you know why people are drawn to you, Aries? Because you are a wildfire of possibility. You make things happen. But even a wildfire needs direction, or it consumes everything without purpose. The sacred art of your karma is learning to be the controlled burn that clears the way for new growth, not the chaotic blaze that leaves only ash. It's learning to fight for your dreams without fighting yourself in the process. Many times, you have mistaken constant action for progress. You've believed that to be a leader means to never stop moving, but karma teaches a different, more potent truth. It reminds you that sometimes the most powerful action is a strategic pause. True strength doesn't mean you never feel frustrated. It means you don't let frustration steer. That is not weakness, that is supreme wisdom. When Pluto, the planet of transformation, squares off with your sign, it feels intense. It's a pressure cooker for the soul, but its purpose is sacred. It's burning away the impulsive reactions so that your true, strategic power can emerge. It strips away the fighting for fighting's sake so that the warrior with a divine cause can rise. And as this happens, you begin to feel the shift. You start to see that every battle contained a hidden gift of wisdom. That roadblock made you find a more creative route. That betrayal taught you to trust your own instincts above all else. That frustrating pause allowed you to gather strength for the real race ahead. Every single challenge was a cosmic dojo, preparing you to wield your power with both passion and peace. You, Aries, are not here to avoid karma. You are here to master it. Each lesson you integrate becomes a new weapon in your spiritual arsenal. And you will know you've graduated when the same type of challenge appears, and your reaction is not a roar of frustration, but a calm, knowing smile. That is the true victory of the soul. So the next time a door slams shut, do not ask, why is the universe stopping me? Instead, ask, what is this pause preparing me for? When you approach life with this warrior's wisdom, frustration no longer defines you, it refines you. And you will begin to see karma not as a series of cosmic roadblocks, but as the divine roadmap to your greatest destiny. There comes a moment, my incredible Aries, when the frustrating pause that once felt like a prison begins to feel like a launch pad, when the energy that used to be spent battling obstacles starts to hum with focused potential, when you realize that what challenged you was never meant to defeat you, it was meant to reveal the unstoppable part of you that could never be broken. This is that moment. Right now, the divine hand of the universe that once seemed to be holding you back now rests firmly on your shoulder, not to restrain you, but to steady your aim. And you understand, perhaps for the very first time, that the universe was never writing a story about you. It was waiting for you, the hero, to pick up the pen. For years, you may have lived as if life were a series of battles to be won, a territory to be conquered. You mistook relentless effort for destiny and surrender for failure. But the magnificent truth is this: the universe was never scripting your defeat. It was preparing your coronation. Every single challenge was sharpening your leadership. Every single delay was teaching you the divine art of timing. And now, the quill has been passed. You are no longer the warrior fighting fate. You are the sovereign, co-authoring your reality. Astrologically, this is your sacred season of empowerment. Saturn, the planet of structure, now stands as your ally, providing the foundation for the empire you are about to build. Pluto, the planet of transformation, has unearthed your deepest reserves of power. Together, they are creating a celestial alignment, a rare cosmic signature that signals one thing: the conscious creation of your destiny. This is not a metaphor, Aries. This is your reality. Old karmic cycles of struggle are being shattered. New destinies are being written. And this time, you hold the pen. You are being invited to sign a new contract with life itself. One where challenge no longer frustrates you, but fuels you. One where your past battles become the ink with which you write your victory. And yet, this incredible power comes with a sacred responsibility. The universe is not handing you this power so you can simply win the old game. It is giving you this creative fire so you can design a whole new one. So pause, take a deep warrior's breath. Ask yourself, what does my next chapter feel like? Not what you will conquer, not who you will prove wrong, but what is the feeling you are calling forth? Unstoppable momentum? Joyful creation? Victorious peace? Whatever you choose, the universe will rush to match it. The cosmos doesn't rewrite your destiny with new enemies to fight. It rewrites it through your consciousness. The external world shifts only when your internal world claims its power. And that is where your true miracle begins. For you, Aries, creation is not a concept. It is your spiritual oxygen. You were born under the influence of Mars, the planet of action, will, and desire. This makes your soul both a powerful engine and, at times, a vulnerable target for burnout. You pour your energy into the world, believing your will can conquer all. But now, the universe is teaching you something even more profound. True creation is not about forcing your will upon the world. It is about aligning your will with divine will. You stop pushing the river and instead become the powerful current. You stop trying to break down the door and realize you held the key all along. You stop asking, when will it be my turn? And you start declaring, my time is now. That shift, from fighting for it to being it, is the moment the universe unleashes its full power behind you. It is the turning point when the soldier becomes the general, when karma transforms into dharma, your sacred duty, your life's purpose. Destiny is not a fixed fortress to be conquered, Aries. It is a living, breathing fire that responds to your own flame. When you burn with frustration, life mirrors back more things to be frustrated about. But when you burn with focused, joyful passion, life mirrors back miracles, synchronicities, and open doors. The planets do not control you, they conspire with you. Their movements only amplify the fire you are already stoking. This is why the universe has waited for this moment of your readiness, because creation begins with coherence. To build a new world, your heart and your will must be marching to the same triumphant drumbeat. If you have felt lately that everything is shifting, that old identities and ambitions are falling away, it is not collapse. It is a clearing of the battlefield. The old script, the one where you had to fight for everything, can no longer contain your new, radiant power. You have graduated from that training ground, and the universe, seeing your evolution, now hands you the torch. So lead, Aries. Lead the way in your own life. Write a new reality where your passion is your power, not your problem. Write a story where your courage is not just for battle, but for building. Write with fire and with faith, because when you finally claim your right to create, you give the universe the one thing it's been waiting for, a worthy partner in the grand dance of creation. There is a sacred law that every warrior's soul eventually learns. Nothing of value is ever truly lost in the divine economy. It may fall on the battlefield, it may seem to be taken, it may disappear from your sight, but energy, my friend, can never be destroyed. It is only transformed. It circulates, and it returns in the exact form that your newly forged soul is finally ready to wield. Aries, this is where you are standing right now, on the victorious threshold between the battles of the past and the treasures of the future. You have walked through fire, you have faced down delays, you have felt seasons where it seemed like your momentum had been stolen. Love may have felt like a battleground, finances like a siege, and dreams like a distant castle. For a time, you believed you had to fight for every inch of ground. But in truth, that wasn't an ending. It was a divine clearing. Everything that left your life, every project that stalled, every person who couldn't keep up, left an energetic vacuum. But this was not a void of loss. It was a space of potent possibility. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, never subtracts without preparing for a greater addition. When one battle ends, the strength gained from it is not lost. It is refined, amplified, and prepared to return as a greater capacity for victory. What you gave in passion, in effort, in courage, did not vanish into the ether. It was invested in your cosmic account, where all things grow with divine interest. Think of the legendary hero who lays down their old battered sword, only to be gifted a new one, forged in celestial fire. That is you. The universe wasn't taking from you, it was trading up. The love you lost returns as a partnership that empowers you. The money you fought for returns as effortless abundance. The dream that was delayed returns as a grander destiny. God's compensation for a warrior is never just a bandage for a wound. It is an upgrade in armor, a sharpening of the sword, a promotion in the cosmic ranks. It appears in moments of perfect strategic timing, an unexpected opportunity that lands right in your lap. A person who shows up and sees, honors, and matches your fire. A sudden breakthrough on a project that now feels effortless. This is how the divine works with you, Aries, because your soul is governed by Mars. Your lessons arrive through action, and your rewards arrive as momentum. You had to lose the illusion that you had to do it all yourself to discover the reality of divine partnership. You had to release the fight to discover the flow. You had to walk through the fire to meet your own immortal flame. When Pluto, the planet of rebirth, moves through your chart, it doesn't come to destroy, it comes to empower. It burns away the false battles so that your true purpose can rise. Like a phoenix, you emerge from the ashes of your past struggles, not scarred, but strengthened, luminous, with a wisdom that only comes from the heat of the forge. You may think of past struggles as defeats, but in truth, they were the training that created the vessel for your victory. The space that frustration opened within you becomes the very container for a power so immense it would have shattered your old self. And now, as Jupiter, the planet of glorious expansion, moves into a position of power for you, that abundance begins to flow. Opportunities will not just knock, they will break down the door. Prosperity will not just trickle in, it will come as a tidal wave. But this is not just material comfort. This is spiritual confirmation that not 1 ounce of your fight was in vain. Your courage, your resilience, your unwavering will are being returned to you now, multiplied and magnified. It will not arrive in the way you expect. Divine reward is more creative than that. It won't just be the prize you thought you were fighting for. It will be the feeling of unstoppable power, of being perfectly aligned with your purpose. It will whisper through synchronicities that feel like the universe is clearing the path right before your feet. That is how heaven repays a warrior, not with noise, but with victory. Gratitude, Aries, is your magnet for this return. It is telling the universe, I trust the plan, even when I had to fight. And when you trust, the cosmos carries you to victories you could not have achieved on your own. This is the rebirth the stars have been preparing for you. You have learned through struggle how to truly wield your strength. Now you rise, a champion of your own destiny, not for revenge, but for resurrection. Your wings are not made of feathers, but of fire. You no longer fly to escape the past. You fly to illuminate the future. Every frustration has cleared the ground for divine timing. Every no has guided you to a more profound yes. You are no longer chasing opportunities. You are the opportunity. And remember this truth: nothing that truly belongs to your destiny can ever be kept from you. It may be delayed, it may be rerouted, but only to grow in power before it returns. This is the alchemy of your life. Your energy is never destroyed. It is only transformed. And every transformation has been orchestrated by a loving, intelligent universe that has always seen you as its champion. There comes a dawn, my mighty Aries, when the silence after the battle becomes the most beautiful sound in the world. The roar of the fight fades, the frustration no longer burns, and in that profound stillness, something inside you begins to glow with an unshakable light. It is not the fleeting light of a single victory, but the enduring light of self-knowledge. After all the cycles of effort, surrender, and rebirth, you finally understand with every cell of your being that the universe was never your opponent. It was your coach, your trainer, your greatest ally. You have reached the sacred season after the forge, the time when karma no longer teaches through resistance, but through reward. When your soul, tempered by the fires of your own will, becomes strong enough to hold the light of a grand destiny. And in this new light, you see yourself clearly, not as a mere survivor of your past battles, but as the serene and powerful ruler of your own kingdom. This is the moment when heaven's justice unfolds. It does not arrive with a thunderous declaration of your victory. It arrives as peace, a peace so deep and powerful, it hums in your bones. Because true divine justice doesn't punish your enemies. It promotes you so far beyond them, they cease to even be in your orbit. Restoration for you begins with the understanding that everything that challenged you was never truly taking from you. It was building you. In the language of the stars, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, is now bestowing its greatest gifts upon you. It expands everything it touches. But this expansion comes not because you fought harder, but because you became wiser. Every trial you endured polished the diamond of your soul until it could finally reflect the full, brilliant light of your destiny. And now, blessings return. Financial stability grows from the very ground that once felt like a battlefield. Relationships blossom, not from a need to conquer, but from a shared, sovereign peace. Opportunities open effortlessly, guided by a flow so perfect, it feels like the universe is anticipating your every move. But these are not random gifts of luck. They are the returning spoils of a war well fought, the echo of the courage you sowed into the world. What was lost returns tenfold. This is not the language of revenge. It is the physics of restoration. Your dignity is reborn. Your self-worth, once tested in the fires of challenge, now stands as a luminous, unshakable throne. Your voice, once used to roar against injustice, now speaks with the quiet authority of a true leader. The universe does not return what you lost in the same form. It returns it in a higher frequency. The passion that once hurt you transforms into a purpose that fulfills you. The opportunities that slipped away return as entire new kingdoms to build. Even the betrayals that wounded you become the wisdom that now protects your empire. This is how the universe completes what life once left unfinished. It doesn't just fix, it elevates. There is a quiet power in this new season. Aries, the chaos has ended, but so has the need to prove anything. You have learned that peace is not the absence of challenges, but the calm certainty of your own power within them. You now walk with a new kind of confidence, one that doesn't need to announce itself. It simply is, serene, certain, and ready. And perhaps for the first time, you realize you are no longer seeking the light. You are the light. Every planet that once challenged you now supports you. Saturn, the great teacher, now provides the structure for your legacy. Pluto has given you the keys to your own power. And Jupiter, radiant and generous, is showering you with the fruits of your incredible endurance. You are stepping into a new karmic season, a cycle of divine reward. This is not a prize for good behavior. It is the natural consequence of your evolution. The moment you stopped fighting the universe and started leading with it, you changed your destiny. Let's just pause here. Place a hand on your heart. Feel how steady and strong it has become. That rhythm is the sound of your victory. It doesn't rage, it doesn't rush, it simply is. It is the quiet, powerful hum of a destiny that is now perfectly, divinely yours. You no longer need to ask, "Why me?" You can now whisper, "Thank you," because you understand that heaven's mathematics are not measured in fairness, but in fulfillment. God doesn't balance pain with pleasure. He transforms struggle into strength. He doesn't rewrite your past. He redeems it. So, my dear Aries, when you feel the warmth of these new beginnings, when opportunities find you, when love meets you in a place of peace, receive them. Receive them not as a surprise, but as a promise fulfilled. You have cleared the old battlegrounds. You have completed your warrior's training. What returns now is not payment. It is your inheritance. And remember, you don't need to announce your comeback. The most powerful leaders make no sound. Your victory is your peace. Your miracle is your calm. Your justice is the quiet, unshakable knowing that everything unfolded exactly as it needed to bring you to this glorious moment of your reign. If you are hearing these words, trust this truth. Your soul was never forgotten. Every prayer you launched into the heavens became a seed. Every battle you fought has found its echo in victory. Close your eyes. You can feel it. The soft, powerful click of divine timing aligning with your will. It is done. You have returned home, to the throne of your own heart. So breathe deeply, my magnificent champion. Smile at the sky, because the light you were fighting for has come, and you have become its perfect, radiant reflection. Thank you for walking this journey with such unparalleled courage and fire. Your destiny is not just beginning, it is now, finally, gloriously yours.